Hello, and welcome to my restoration of a 1950s or 1960s pressboard cardboard acoustic guitar case. Now, I don't know the maker of this case. I do know that it was my grandfather's, who had the guitar hanging up right behind me, that acoustic, which was passed down to me, passed down to my mom, then to me, and now I'm passing it on to my niece. So I got this guitar case from my mom's house when she passed away 5 years ago, and it was in really rough shape. The ends were near the neck here were coming apart into pieces. The glue came apart. The threading was being pulled apart. The hinges on this side and this side were falling apart. And this rim right here where this case opens up was in really bad shape. So I'm going to go through everything I did to restore. I say restore because it's not in a perfect restoration, but it is definitely in workable, usable form right now, and can be carried to gigs and stuff. So my niece will have a nice guitar case that's been in our family. It's not worth a lot, you know. I bet you if it was in great shape, maybe $100, you know, not, and I probably spent close to that restoring it. So let's start with the top piece. So the flat piece on this side, you can kind of see the bump there for the acoustic, and the back side was in very bad shape. There was definitely some moisture damage, and it was scuffed up really bad. So what I did is I bought some stuff called Tolex, Tolex. I got it off of Amazon, and it's by a tire company that they, I don't remember which one, the one out of Ohio, discovered that this fabric they can make, it's kind of like a rubbery, slightly stretchy fabric that you probably find inside cars, you know, for like car seats and things like that. So what I had to do is I had to cut a piece of that Tolex to shape this. So I just took a marker, a white marker, laid it over the guitar case and traced a line. And then what I did is I used a tool to take the threading out. Let's see, we still have some threading left here. So this is the threading that is on the current hinge piece. And I pulled that threading off, and then I laid the Tolex down and I glued it with this Tight Bond all-purpose white glue. Then after that settled, I was able to re-glue this back down, this leathery piece that holds it into place. And I did that on both sides. Now, this top piece right here, when I say the top piece, I just mean the piece that opens up. I don't really know terms, but this is made out of cardboard too. This guitar-shaped piece right here. That was in rough shape, so I had to glue the snot out of that in order to make it in restorable condition so it could actually not fall apart when you open the guitar. And then what I did is, after I got that into one solid guitar piece, I glued the pressboard cardboard to the top piece. And I did that with a fabric that is either leather or like leather that goes around right there. You can kind of see how I put that piece on. Hopefully that's in focus there. And I just glued the snot out of it. I wanted to sew it back in, but my friend that does sewing was unable to sew it back into place. So glue was our other option. Other things I did to restore. We have these hinges on this side, and I had to obviously pull this piece off, so I used an angle grinder to grind out the rivets there, the rivet here, and the rivets on top here. And you can probably see that the rivets on the top are shinier than the ones on the bottom. The ones on the bottom are the original, and these are the new ones. And after I could put the piece back together, I used these rivets. Let's see, they're called bead landing rivets, and I got these at Michael's. You can purchase those. They're pretty easy to use. You just simply, there is a rivet tool that you press them together, but a standard heavy-duty pliers will work just fine to squeeze those together. So I got to keep those hinges available, and this handle is still original here, and the rivets in there are original. And then of course there's the hinges that fasten right here on this side. Those are all original still there. Now, I said that this was separating here. It was separating a little bit down here. It was separating definitely on the other side. And you can actually see some of the moisture damage on the side here. There's a lot of separation going on. So what I did to correct that, let's open up the guitar here. Take a look inside here. So we got the classic felt from the 50s, 60s, 70s that are inside these acoustic guitar cases. And I had a company, embroidery company, sketch some names on there. My grandpa's, my mom's, myself, my nieces. And then this comes right off. There's a cardboard piece under here, so if you're interested in doing something like that, it was about 35 bucks to have them put some names on there for me. So what I like to focus on though is you can see probably that in the inside here, I just, after I glued on the outside, and I used this stuff called E6000 that I got from Michael's. It's a very powerful glue. I also ran a line of glue in the inside all the way around the guitar, all the way up through and around to the top, and that is holding very well. So now this case is definitely in usable condition, and I can pass it on to my niece in my family with the guitar that I bought for her. So I think that's about it. Oh, yeah. Well, that's it. Thank you for taking a look at how I restored this guitar.